I've been on camera. What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's staying safe during this COVID-19 situation. Things here are getting a little. Let me fix this camera. Hold on, it's driving me nuts. There we go. Maybe not. Things here are busy. Finished school now, which turned online, which turned into a nightmare. Anyways, here or there. Opening day of trout fishing is upon us. It's actually tomorrow in Ontario. And I'm on the fence about what to do or where to go. I usually fish, by the time trout to me means steelhead. And certain areas open up more. And now the areas I used to fish for, trout for me means steelhead, but I've already fished steelhead since like January. So usually this time of year, most years if they get an early spring, I fish carp or opener. But now I can't fish carp because all my areas, the conservation areas, are all closed. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, or where I'm gonna go. Try to find places to go that aren't closed, or the parking lot's not closed, or the park's not closed. Access to it is tough. So I've come up with a plan. I guess I'm gonna switch to trout fish. That's right, I said trout fish. Yeah, those who know me know that I'm not much of a trout guy. I fish for them, but like my trout is steelhead basically. And once trout opens in Ontario, I'm usually carping, and it's carp, more carp, and a lot of carp, and some bass kicked in here and there, some muskie. But I'm mostly a warm water guy, and since I do have some trout rivers close by, I think I'm going to change gears this summer because of COVID. I don't have a choice. So I'm going to change and try to learn how to trout fish. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to plan on doing, I guess, for some videos. I'm going to try and post once a week for as long as this thing is on. For those of you who can't get out, I'm sorry. Hope this helps get some kind of enlightenment, or I'm going to... and maybe you'll learn something. I'm gonna try 2 techniques that I've never done before. Like I fish the creeks a lot, so like reading water and stuff should be okay. But trying to learn a new technique, I figured this is a good opportunity to make lemonade out of lemons. Can't fish carp, can't travel up north. I fish walleye. I can't fish up to muskie. Looks like it's gonna be up there where I go. Access is going to be limited, but hopefully by June it should be somewhat better, but I don't know. So I'm going to fish trout. So the first thing I'm going to learn this is probably a learning curve for me, is I'm going to learn how to fish trout spay. I picked up a little 4-weight trout spay last year. I use it for bass mostly. I absolutely love that thing. Dynamite. And I actually used it for steelhead this year. And I know some guys are going to say, well, it's kind of light for steelhead. Well, everything I read, 4-weight is up to 8-pound fish. And most of our steelhead are average 4 to 8. I got 2 steelhead this year on the swing on that little rod. Held up pretty good. I got some mail today. Drift Riveters. Check them out. Toronto. They're open for online orders, or pick up at a store, or have it delivered. I wasn't sure this was a get here before opening trout. I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video. It might not be until after trout, but I'm going to start here and go from there, and then talk about what I'm going to do. So, 4-weight spay rod. There's a million different kinds. I went with the Redditing Dually. 2 reasons I went for it. One being the actual size of it. Most rods I fish are in that 10 foot to 11.5 foot, like a switch rod. And most trout spay, like trying to fish a 11.5 footer in some of the creeks we fish for trout, or steelhead from my aspect, but now I'm going to trout fish them. It's pushing it for the limit for where I can cast and fish it properly. So it's 10.5 feet. So I went to 10.5 feet, and the other point of it was price point because it was an entry level rod. I'm not an expert spay guy. I fish creeks that are like 20 feet across. Maybe some of them are smaller. 10.5 foot trout spay rod. That's got lots of power. I can cast really far up in the top of the river and stuff. So it was pretty good there. So I'm working on my casting with that. It was my switch rod. I've had one for 5 years or so. But going to an actual full spay model versus a switch model, definitely a lot different. Casting stroke, anyways, and the leg is a lot stiffer. So with that being said, I decided to get a couple lines. I have a few lines now. I have a floating line, mostly floating, and a couple of ones for my switch rod. So I decided to get this new Scandi body by Rio. It's like a Skagit Scandi cross, similar to guys if you were an airflow guy, I guess similar to the range head. So I can, but it's just a heavier grain up to the 325 that the rod allows it. So I can throw smaller flies. I can swing nymphs if I want to swing nymphs. I can swing top water if I want to swing top water or dry flies. I'm not sure how good it will be, delicate for dry flies it will be, but we're not anywhere near dry fly season yet anyways. Maybe an ant or a beetle or something, but that's pushing it. And then what I've been waiting for as soon as it came out, I cannot wait to use this new OPST commando head in the Groove intermediate, 5 feet of floating, 10 feet of intermediate line. I am pumped to use this. Everybody knows me. I love these commando heads, and I can't wait to try this commando head out. If I get some big water, there's a few pools on a couple of rivers I know that I could probably use this, but it's gonna be tough. 15 feet is kind of like this one. The other one is 23 feet. That's gonna be pushing the limit of the creek, not getting it at the head of the rod in some spots. So we'll see how that goes. There's a few spots here and there I can use them. I'm gonna have to cast longer downstream and fish. I'm gonna adapt and rotate my casting stroke and or my areas or way I fish it to learn how to swing for trout instead of stinging with steelhead. This is an intermediate 3-4. This is a new Rio Mo tip and a new 3D, which I'm pumped to try. 10 feet, anywhere from 270 to 325, which is what the rod recommends anyways, and then using just a 10-foot leader instead of the 12-foot leader. Each his own. So far the rod's what I've used it for smallmouth and steelhead this year. I've been using that system probably for a while anyways, since I got it in about September last year. So I've used it since September, pretty much at least twice a week I'm using that rod, if not more, swinging flies. So my casting is okay. I'm not the best, but we'll see how this Scandi body and this commando groove is going to help out. So that's the first thing I'm going to start rocking. I'm going to start swinging for trout. I'm going to use some of my same flies that I use for steelhead. I'm just going to make them smaller. And then we'll do another video about steelhead spay flies versus trout spay flies. There's a lot. They're different, but the same difference. Principle's the same, time's similar, but they're just in trout size. I just figured I'd give you a little update. What I'm going to do this year. I have to change gears. It's probably more trout content, and so I'm going to change gears. I'm going to try something new. Like I said, I'm going to make lemonade out of lemons. I'm going to trout spay, and I'm going to try to learn something else this year too. But we've got more on that to come when I get the rest of my stuff I need for that. So hit the like button if you want me to watch me struggle to trout fish. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm more of I fish a lot of rivers. I fish rivers for 20 plus years. But when you get out in the open, you start fishing flat style for carp and stuff and everything else, or lakes and everything else. There's a learning curve. I'm probably going to struggle, and there's probably going to be a few F-bombs here and there, but hopefully it's going to be entertaining, and hopefully I want to learn as much as possible, and hopefully you learn something on the way. And if you know something that I don't know, or I'm doing it wrong or whatever, you have an opinion or help out, that would be awesome. We're going to learn this together. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you get out this weekend, if I post this video before opener, stay safe. Don't forget to do your social distancing. Don't trespass or go somewhere that's close. It's not worth it. It's just a fish. I know it's nice to get outside. I'm itching to get outside. I haven't been outside other than to go get groceries. I don't remember the last time I went fishing. I was probably beginning of the month. Like, no joke. With school going on and trying to help my kids with homework and doing my homework and all this other stuff going on, it's been what was that? What's out of my head? It's been a process. So, trying to find somewhere that's open, stay safe, have fun, enjoy the outdoors. I'm sure it's going to put a whole new perspective on being outside. And the old saying is, "It's just nice to get out." It's probably more true than now, more than ever. It's just nice to get out. Thanks for watching. Intelligent Chasers. I'm out. There he goes.
There he goes.
Yes, 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 yes! Yeah, baby! Woo!